Hey friends, it's Daisy and Waffles, and today we are celebrating this one's birthday. You so excited for your birthday dinner? Are you gonna have lamb and couscous? Yeah, for Waffle Birthday? Hey, do we steal?
Whoa, do it with Daisy. Whoa, do it with Daisy.
Well, we are so excited to celebrate Waffle's birthday with you. So why don't you join us for dinner? I will show you exactly what we're gonna make. Tonight, we're gonna have all of Waffle's favorites. That means cooked carrots. Okay, well, apparently she wants that one raw. And cauliflower. And we're gonna make sweet potato Parmesan. Plus, we've got some couscous and lamb. Is lamb your favorite? Yeah, she loves lamb. So the first thing that we wanna do is we wanna go ahead and prep our sweet potato because it's gonna be, well, it's not complicated, but it's the most complicated dish that we've got here. So we are going to dip each of these sweet potatoes first in egg and then in Parmesan cheese. And then we'll fry them on each side in some sunflower oil so that we don't upset Waffle's balanced diet too much. And they'll come out nice and tender and delicious. I will probably steal a couple, but Waffles will have plenty as well.
Whoa, do it with Daisy.
Good girl, leave it. First in egg and then in Parmesan cheese. And then the next thing that we want to do is go ahead and get our meat started. We don't really want our meat sitting out at room temperature for too long. And the way I like to do this is I like to cook my meat and my vegetables together. So I'll put all of the lamb that we're going to use in a pan, along with the cauliflower and the carrots, as well as any bits and pieces of sweet potato that were either not cut very evenly or weren't really suitable for a birthday princess's sweet potato Parmesan. What do you think? She says it's a good idea. So we'll just put all of that in a pan together.
Food and fun, friends and laughter. Waffles is the star of the show. Tune in now, grab your pop.
And give the birthday girl some munchies too. Now I'm going to put a lid on this and put it on the stove. If you like your vegetables a little bit more tender, then I would recommend putting a splash of water in there. So we'll just let that cook on medium-low heat until the internal temperature of the lamb gets to be at the very least 145. I like to let it get all the way up to 165 though. And about halfway through, we'll give it a little flip. So once it starts to get kind of like juicy in the bottom of the pan, then that's when I like to flip it. And you'll kind of see a change of coloring on the bottom side of the lamb shanks. And now we can get our couscous going. So it's gonna be a 1-to-1 ratio. We will start by boiling 1 cup of water, and then we will stir in 1 cup of couscous once the water comes to a full boil. After that, it's kind of similar to the way that you would cook rice because you can stir it in really well, along with any, like, if you like to add oil or salt or pepper, you can add that in as well. And then you'll cover it and reduce the heat to a simmer. It's really easy to tell when it's done because the water will all be completely absorbed into the pasta. And once we have our lamb on the stove and our couscous going, it's usually a good time to flip our sweet potato Parmesan. But you can flip that anytime after the top has gotten a little bit of a melt on it. So why is this couscous different and why am I telling you to prepare it differently than I have in the past? That is actually quite simple. Let me just show you. There are 2 different kinds of couscous. I prefer the Moroccan couscous. It's got more of a grainy feel to it and it's super simple to prepare. I actually usually use the microwave to heat up the water for this because there isn't a whole lot that you need to do once the water is really hot. The Israeli couscous has a very pasta mouthfeel, which makes sense. They're actually both pasta. This one just feels like a grain in your mouth. and this one actually feels like pasta. It does cook a lot more similar to rice, so since it needs to stay at a simmer while it's cooking, then it needs to stay on the stovetop. Waffles loves the pearl couscous. She loves the Israeli couscous. So that's why we're doing this one tonight, because this is her birthday and it's all about what Waffles wants. Waffles, which couscous? That one? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, she loves this one. I'm not really sure how she can tell the difference because they should smell pretty similar. They're both made from wheat. Well, okay, so I guess the Israeli pearl couscous, its single ingredient is wheat flour. And the Moroccan couscous it's also a wheat, but it's not just wheat flour. It's a specific type of wheat flour to get this texture. And I'm guessing it's more specific technique to get this one, but I'm not really sure. I should look into that. Send me a message and let's have a chit chat about it. After I finish this video, I'm definitely going to look into how they make each of these.
Whoa, do it with Daisy. Whoa, do it with Daisy. Food and fun, friends and laughter. Waffles is the star.
So this is what I was talking about, how the top of the Parmesan is melted.
It's time to have some fun with Daisy.
So we can go ahead and flip these. It's hard to do from this angle, but I'm gonna try. Oh my goodness. There we go. I got one. All right. Oh, yay, got another one.
Food and fun, friends and laughter. Waffles is the star.
And then we'll put this back on the stove.
Now, grab your pop, 'cause it's time to have some fun with Daisy. Do it with Daisy. Whoa, do it with Daisy. Whoa.
Now what I like to do with my leftover egg and Parmesan is mix them together and then put them in the microwave. This makes a really tasty human treat. Technically, it's 100% dog safe, but I wouldn't feed this to her because it's mostly Parmesan, and something that's mostly Parmesan is a little different than something that just has a little bit of Parmesan coating, which means that this little treat is definitely too high in sodium for Waffles. But for me, it's gonna be delicious.
Whoa, do it with Daisy. Whoa, do it with Daisy. Food and fun.
The couscous definitely looks done. Let's see if there's any water left in it. Protect myself and my pup from spills, and I'll just do it over here just in case. No water is coming down out of the pasta and into the lid. So that is done. It's done. Does that smell good, Waffles? Yeah? Oh, goodness. All right, so all that's left to do is just to plate this up. And you can see how much juice there is in this. Oh my gosh. So that's why I personally don't like to add water to this particular dish. The vegetables are still just a tiny bit firm. It's more like an al dente kind of, if you were cooking pasta, that's kind of how these vegetables are. But like I said, if you like them really tender, you can add a splash of water in at the beginning so that you don't have to wait for the fat to melt off of the lamb in order to get some liquid for your vegetables to steam in. Let's dish this up for her. I know, I'm gonna dish this up. This beautiful one. There. Grab a couple lamb chops. We do want to make sure we get this bone out. Usually I debone all the meat before we start cooking, but I'm just excited about my baby's birthday. Okay, wait. But Bones have a tendency to splinter once they're cooked, and I don't want that to hurt my baby. I know you're excited, sweetie, but it's hot. It will burn your tummy, and then you will just throw it all up.
Whoa, do it with Daisy. Whoa, do it with Daisy.
Lamb chops for her. And then let's do some carrots. Yeah, carrots all cooked in lamb fat. Yum. And then we'll do a couple sweet potato parmesans. Leave it. I know you got to be patient. And of course, some couscous.
Food and fun, friends and laughter. Waffles is the star of the show. Tune in now.
All right, my baby's food is all done. So now we are just going to get her set up at the table and maybe sing happy birthday. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, then definitely make sure that you're subscribed to me. You can send me any questions or comments that you have directly, or even just say hi, and you'll always know when the next video is coming. If you found it to be helpful or inspiring, please make sure that you send it to a friend using that share button, and we will see you next time.
Do it with Daisy.